So we'll start the pot with $500 in. And our pick is going to be.
I think we're going to stick with the strategy. We're going to take a playoff team versus a team we think is going to be terrible. And I know a lot of people have said, the weather, the rain. We're not going to budge. We're not going to let that get into our head. We're going to take the Niners -7 at the Chicago Bears. And our philosophy is simple: playoff team versus a team that, I don't know about you, I fully expect them to be drafting in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of reasons not to pick the Niners. If you like, from a fundamental reason, right? This is a road favorite, 7 points. It's the largest line in the NFL at this point this week. And we got almost burned on it last week, week 1. Remember, we took them against the Lions, and the Lions awoke from the dead for a late fourth quarter push, whatever that score is. I don't know if you can.
I'm looking it up right now. We got 41-33.
Yeah.
The Lions scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. So,
yeah. So that one hurt. That one hurt. This is less points.
You know what the halftime score was, Guy? 31-10.
Yeah, we were feeling ourselves. So I don't know if you saw Justin Fields' quote. He said, I'm not going to hold my left tackle. I'm not going to expect my left tackle to never get beat by Nick Bosa this week. I'm going to be real.
That's what he said about Alex Leatherwood?
Not Alex Leatherwood, whoever his other guy is. And, here's the thing, like Uberflus, 3 top 10 defenses in the last 4 years in Indy. I think Uberflus might actually be a pretty good coach for them. But if this is what we think it is, which is one of the most talented rosters in the NFL, a true Super Bowl contender, despite the line, we talked about it last week, would have been great to get it at 6.5, despite the weather. Here's something else on the weather. The Bears have put in Uberflus, which is, I'm kind of pro Uberflus, but here's a red flag. Is he overly obsessed with the details, or is this just a detail-oriented thing that a great coach would do, John? He made them replace their turf. They have switched from Kentucky bluegrass, which is what they had in the preseason, to Bermuda, a Bermuda strain called Tahoma 31.
Guys, is this the Honda Classic we're talking about here?
Tahoma 31. 9 of the 16 teams in the NFL that have natural grass use Bermuda. Only 4 have Kentucky bluegrass. And why this might benefit the 49ers is this grass is supposed to be better in winter. It's supposed to be better in kind of the sloppier conditions.
Well, Florida has Bermuda.
Florida has Bermuda. Okay. Well, the preseason apparently was a mess at Soldier Field. And so Uberflus said, enough with this. We're replacing the grass. We're putting in Tahoma 31, which actually sounds like a play call or a Peyton Manning's production company.
Or a strain of weed or something.
Or a strain of weed or something. Yeah, there will be something soon. But so maybe that benefits. Now, it's brand new, so no one's really played on it yet. So we'll see. It's supposed to be something that takes very quickly, and you can plan it quickly. But just something to be aware of. Hopefully, if there's supposed to be maybe some showers Saturday night, Sunday morning, maybe the field can handle that.
I would say that, a lot of people push back on the turf just around the league and just in general, right? I think Soldier Field is very old school. It's always been grass, has been widely considered the biggest joke turf in the ground. So I'm not giving Uberflus that much credit because I think a lot of people, the knock on the Bears have always been they are for a big franchise with, I'm sure their fan base, medium income is right there with the Niners and like the Giants. And honestly, it might be way higher than the Giants because the Giants have so many fans. That number's probably lower. But they are cheap. And that field sucked. I remember when I was with the Eagles, we were like rolling, going in there to play them, and Michael Vick could not keep his footing. And that's just, it's been like that for forever. So I give him, credit for having enough juice to like get them to do it. But like, I think every human being that's ever played there, whether it be a coach, a player, has been like, this field's a joke.
Here's what you do. You get on the app, you go to DraftKings, you put in the code HAM. New customers, you bet $5, you get $200 in free bets instantly.
Bet on any NFL team to win. If your team leads by 10 points at any time during the game, you get paid instantly.
Here's your, you sent me this yesterday. You saw this cost to attend an NFL game. The Bears, to your point, top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ninth most expensive cost of 4 tickets. Niners coming in at number 1, $900 for a family of 4. Bucks, Chiefs, Raiders, Cowboys in your top 4. Rams, Eagles, Texans, Bears, Pats.
think about that. If you are,
Oh, I'm sorry, $1,000.
you wanted to take like, a brother and your kid and his kid, cost you $1,000 cheapest ticket. That means you're sitting in at the top of Levi State. That's
Yeah,
insane.
1,000 is 4 tickets plus parking plus beers plus soda plus hot dogs. But promo code HAM, try that.
Come on, Guido.
Promo code HAM.
Guido's like, cha-ching.
So that's what we're going with. Other games we considered, we can mention one game that stood out to me as a game that was almost too obvious the other way. I would not bet this game, but Giants +6 was actually a game that stood out to me as a game of interest. Raiders +4 would not be shocked, obviously, if the Chargers win, so I couldn't make that a lock, and that's not part of our formula. Two good teams, we think, but that was one. How about you? A couple other games that stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, to me, just underdogs week 1 at home. I mean, I actually think the Houston and the Lions, either team could get to like 7-9 or 7-10 and be feisty. +7 against the Colts. Like, I mean, Matt Ryan's never played. Matt Ryan's been losing a lot, like a lot. Now, this team's a lot better in Atlanta, but +7 at home. And the Lions +4 at home against the Eagles. I like the Eagles this year, but holy shit. I mean, they're just going to come out and just kick everyone's ass on the road. Like,
yeah,
we'll see. I mean, I saw the Lions last year. They were much worse, and they played the 49ers within 8 points, right? So, and then the Niners the next week go and beat the Eagles. I know last year is kind of irrelevant to now, but my point is these first week games, I don't know. I mean, I like Houston and Lions. Like, I'm going to put my own money on those two games this week for sure. We're getting points. And that's 7 points for the Texans. That's a lot of points week 1 for a team that I don't think anyone is going to be that shocked if they win 6 or 7 games. Doesn't mean the Falcons won 7 games last year, and we all agreed they sucked. 7 points week 1. That to me seems pretty high, guy.
Yeah, I agree. I think anytime you get bad teams that were bad last year and you get these week 1 lines where they get a lot of points, I think both of those games kind of fit the bill, right? Teams that were bad last year, who people just kind of assume early on they're going to be bad again. I'll tell you the other one.
Patriots, Miami.
Well, there's that. No, I was going to say Steelers. I think they're 6.5 right now with the Bengals. They got their ass kicked twice last year by Cincinnati. Definitely they got their ass kicked once. They lost twice to Cincinnati. And as bad as their quarterback situation might be, I don't know, man.
Give me what's the line there?
6.5. 6.5.
Where's the game?
Cincy. Steelers getting 6.5.
It's a lot of points for a team that I think most people think that Steelers defense is going to be pretty good.
So, here's one other one. I don't know. I wouldn't bet this one because they both suck. Jags are getting, actually, it's now 2.5. It was 4 at Washington. I kind of like the Jags. Trevor Lawrence beat Carson Wentz last year at the end of the season.
True. Momentum.
On the chat, Gigi says Houston +7 is money. He loves your pick there, John. Jay says Niners will be up 21 in the 4th. Do you throw Jimmy in? That's not a gambling question, but that is a good question.
That is a good question.
To protect Trey, John, to protect Trey.